88.5 UFM.
Alright, from the brand new EP, Love Drunk is YCEE Pato Ranking until Lovina on 88.5 UFM, the station that is all about you. Jay and Diddy still in the building. On the midday rally, 15 minutes before it's exactly 2 p.m. And guess what, guys? We have YCEE in the studio.
What's good? What's good? What's happening? What's popping? What's popping?
What's popping? Welcome, YCEE. How are you feeling, man?
I'm feeling great. You know, I'm good.
Love drunk?
I'm just, I think I'll say I'm hungover.
Hungover? What happened yesterday, YCEE? Tell us, what happened?
I was, I was enjoying myself. That's all I'll say.
I'm trying to calculate. Yesterday was Wednesday.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, to be fair, I went out yesterday as well, so
Exactly.
I don't blame you, man.
I didn't even go. I was just at home.
Just
you know.
chilling.
Yeah, man.
Okay, speaking of hungover, let's talk about the cypher. I just listened to the cypher that just dropped on YouTube, right? That is so sick. So tell us about that for a bit.
I mean, it's pretty simple. Hennessy, they picked the best in the land.
Okay. Okay.
And they set the beat. I really loved it, and cause I haven't really been rapping recently, cause of the direction I decided to take with my sound this year. So I haven't really been doing a lot of rap. So when the opportunity came, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna release a lot of energy, and just at least remind people that I still got it.
Did you have to write your bars, or it just came naturally?
A little bit of both. Like part of it was a freestyle, but then I had to write out the remaining part of it. But altogether, I really think I enjoyed doing it. It came out really well, and sadly I wasn't able to be on the cypher last year because I wasn't in the country. But this year when the opportunity came, I was like, "There's no way I'm gonna miss this." And I'm glad a lot of people have actually been talking about it. So I guess I did a good job.
You did.
All right, let's do timeline. So 2019, A&BT company that happened.
Yeah.
And then 2020, Corona hit, and I read your Man Like YC. On Zikoko, right? That was really interesting. Like you just laid it all out, and then you talked about how you were in the UK and you were not only thinking about how to sustain yourself, but also thinking about your music.
Yeah.
So tell us about that.
Bro, that was a really. I think that's been the most uncertain time period in my life, because initially I was supposed to just be in the UK for 2 weeks.
Right.
So imagine, your mindset is you're just going to do what you have to do, come back to Lagos, see out the rest of the year. Like, already have plans for releases and, a whole bunch of other things. And then, the lockdown hit. Like, we couldn't travel, we couldn't go anywhere. And I feel like over there was a lot more serious because the COVID cases, they were dealing with a lot. So the lockdown was a lot stricter than it was down here, because I remember I used to see people still going to like Ilashe, people were still partying, people were like, and I was just like, I want to go back to Lagos, but then the airports weren't open for the longest time, so I ended up being there for 6 months, and it was a really introspective period for me. I just took out time to work on myself, like deal with a lot of personal issues that I didn't know I had, and I feel like I wasn't the only person that went through that phase as well. So I think by the end of lockdown, when everyone was like, okay, the airports are open back up, I was like so excited to get back to Lagos, and then NSARS happened. So the year was just a long drag of issue after issue after issue. But I think the best thing about it was we were actually addressing the issues as they came up. So yeah, it was a learning period for me. I got to know myself better. I got a lot closer to my family, and I think I made the most of the time.
Any new hobbies or?
Any new hobbies?
Yeah.
Nah, man, I still do the same. I still do the same things.
Can you name some of them?
I can't name some of them on live radio.
YCEE, what did you get on to? Okay, so let's talk about, were you able to write music that time? Because I mean, being with family, did that influence the kind of stuff you were writing at the time?
Man. I was actually in a really good space creatively. I worked on a lot of music, like some music that I haven't even gotten to release. I was finishing up the project I just put out. I was working on like simultaneous projects at the same time, because like there was really nothing else to do. It was just record music, go on IG Live, play video games, go on house party, all that stuff. Like it was
house party.
Yeah.
Okay.
The way he said, not demo.
So Love Drunk, the EP, right?
Yeah.
Was that retained during the lockdown, or you had some songs?
I'd already started working on it before the lockdown. Like before anything Corona related had hit this side, I was already in the studio just making, most of the songs, and initially I thought, oh, I'm gonna release this project around the same time I released it this year, last year. So that was what the plan was. And then when the whole lockdown situation happened, it just, it threw a wrench in the gears, and I really couldn't do anything until I'd understood like the new climate, because I think with the pandemic a lot of things changed in the entertainment industry. The way people assimilate music now is a little bit more different. So people had to like find new strategies and everything, so
to put out stuff.
All
right, so let's talk about why Love Drunk. Why that name? Anything interesting happening in that department, or
like was it inspired by personal?
Right, yeah, everything on the tape is definitely inspired by personal experiences. And I actually, when I started working on this project, like the state of mind I was in, I just gotten out of a long-term relationship. I was in a very, very deep place of hurt. Like, I felt really bad that, a relationship that I really was enjoying, that I thought would, lead into something, more than what it was, ended. So I was really, really in a sad space. So I think for me, like, any issues I face, like if I'm having any problems, whatever the case, personal, emotional, financial, my response to everything is just go into the studio and just work. So because of where I was at personally, I think like with each recording, each session I was getting into, from like the songwriting to beat selection, like everything was just inspired by my state of mind. So I just saw that the sound was taking a certain direction, and I was looking to explore more of that. So it ended up being a blend of like Afrobeat and R&B. And by the time I'd done like 5-6 songs, I was like, okay, I know what I'm gonna do with this project. And to finally be able to put it out and see the way people accept it it's really, really great for me.
All right, so guys, do not forget, if you want to say something to YC, you have a question, or you want to just say, YC, I'm a fan, I love your music, text on WhatsApp 0915-410-2885. More with YC in a bit. Coming through is West Indies.
88.5 UFM.
All right, from the brand new EP Love Drunk is YC with West Indies on 88.5 UFM, the station that is all about you. And yes, YC is still in the studio. What's up, man?
Live.
Okay, quick message here on WhatsApp. Favor from Katie says, shout out to you, YC, my crush. Just loving all the vibes. Do you get tired of messages like that when people say YC, you're my crush?
Hell no. Definitely not. I love it.
Okay, we're still talking about the brand new EP Love Drunk. I mean, you have production from Smiley, Ade, ATG, Guilty Beats, and City. So tell us about how you chose producers for this body of work.
I think with Smiley, Ade, and ATG, these are people that I work with like regularly. Like they understand my sound. We have a very good working relationship where, from time to time they could be working on something on their own, regardless if we're in the same part of the world or not. They just know the kind of stuff I like, and when they do something that maybe they know will pique my interest, they just send it down to me. Or we usually set up sessions, meet up and record in person, anything that works with each other's schedule. And with Guilty Beats, I think I met Guilty Beats for the first time a few months ago, and we had just one session and we made just one song, and that song turned out to be West Indies, and that's like a favorite of a lot of people. So it's just so crazy, and that was like the last song we added to the tape. I swear it almost didn't make it. So it was, I feel like on that record, everything that was supposed to happen just went right, so that's that. And with City, I got to meet City actually through Pato Ranking, because when I wanted to get Pato on the project, we met up in the studio. I played him all the other songs so you could have an idea. I played him the song I wanted him on, and Pato was like, why see we supposed to do something for the streets. We had a conversation, and I got to see like his points in everything that he said. Right. So he'd already started working on the song before I got there, and I listened to it, and City is a crazy producer, engineer, like anything sound related, he's super, super good. Looking forward to working with him a lot more.
Is there a reason in particular you wanted to work with Pato Ranking on this project, or on any song really?
Yeah, I mean, like me and Pato like go way, way, way back. Like before I blew up eventually, I used to be at Pato's crib, just be in the studio, You know, anytime I got the opportunity to work, I would work. You know, we collaborated a couple of times before we put out Kondo in 2015. You know, so he's been someone that's been very, very supportive of my career. You know, he gave me like my first real big break. I think back then when I was still in Unilag, you know, he had a show, and while he was performing, he brought me out on stage, and he was like, he wants to introduce his best rapper in the whole wide world, and he's from Unilag. You know, my price went up that day, like ASAP. You know, so Pato is like my guy, you know, and we hadn't been able to work as much as we used to over the years, obviously, because, you know, everyone's doing their own thing right now. So when I wanted to work on this project and I was considering features, you know, I usually like to work with people that I have a personal relationship with. Nobody want to distress me or they pursue you up and down. You know, so I was just like, okay, who do I want to get? I was just like, I want to do something with Pato. It's been a while. It's been a minute. So we were able to knock that out the park.
All right, a quick message here. This one says, "Hi YC, I'm one of your biggest fans. I wish you all the best, bro. My name is Thames."
Thames? Like Thames? Or?
Yeah, well, are you
Thames or Thames?
Damages Thames. Okay, so YC, before we let you go, we have a quick game. You know, we want to play with you. So let's do that.
Yeah, it's called Rhyme and Well. So we give you a
Rhyme and Well.
Right.
Oh,
so we give you a word, and then you're meant to rhyme it with as many words as you can in 10 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's your
There's
thing
a timer
now.
and everything.
It's your Are you ready to go?
Wait, what's the word? Tell me the word
Just
first.
random objects.
Random
Let's start
objects.
there. All right. Your first word is speaker.
Speaker, nice sneakers, tweakers, reekers, beakers. I was running to the
Well,
tick in my ear.
Oh my goodness.
so let's do 2 or 3 more. Let's do
All
2 or 3
right.
more.
Wow, because it's sweet, Abby.
Yeah. Your next word is west.
Okay, West, like Kanye. West, pass the test. I can rest. I'm the first. I'm the best.
Okay.
With my chest.
Okay.
Okay.
Now this is how to play this game, man. This is how to play this game. One more.
People
one
have
more.
been fumbling before.
I mean,
Right.
people
Yeah.
just go straight to the point, but you're like, you know, playing with it. So
Nah, I
we
have
like
to,
that.
let it connect.
All right, your last word is Lovina.
Lovina, Buzzina. I want to score like Benzema.
Right.
It's a no from me. It's a no from me. What?
There's not that many things you can write with Lovina.
Oh my goodness.
So I see. After this project, do you have anything more? Any more things you want to, you know, drop in?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I initially like one time like this, I think I was drunk on something, and I just went on Twitter and I casted a lot of my future plans. So a lot of my fans are expecting like 2 more projects from me after this one.
Right.
You know, and I thought people forgot. And I think
People never forget.
I was having a clubhouse session, and one guy came on the stage and he was like, "Yeah, you know, you remember you promised us Heavy Rain and another joint project with so and so," and I was like, wow.
When did I say this?
Receipts.
And you also talked about your mom asking
yeah.
for a gospel album. Are we getting that?
Exactly.
Yes, no?
Man, I don't know, man. I haven't had my Kanye moment yet. You know, maybe when I get my billions,
You're like, yeah,
I'll be like praise Jesus. I mean, I'm still like praise Jesus, but
Right,
you know,
but
but not necessarily on the record yet.
yeah, not yet. But I mean, when I'm ready to take gospel industry, like you know, it's going to be. I'll be the first Nigerian hip hop
Okay.
gospeler.
Okay.
Alright.
Any videos coming up for any of these songs?
Yeah, we shot the Anti Lovina video a few weeks before the EP dropped. You know, so it's in post production right now. It should be ready by next week.
right.
So there's that. You know, there's plans to definitely shoot the West Indies video and a couple more other videos from the project as well. So,
Alright.
All right. Thank you so much for coming to YC.
Ah,
Any
thanks for
word
having me.
to your fans?
Yo, to my fans, to each and everybody that's been supporting me, I appreciate you guys so much. You're the reason why I do what I do. I'm going to continue giving my best and my all in everything. More music, good music. Go stream Love Drunk. Keep streaming Love Drunk so I can pay my children's school fees when they come.
All right.
All right.
Thank you so much for coming to YC.
Thanks
You
for
guys,
having
like he said, you know, stream Love Drunk. We still have more to come right here on the Midday Rally. In a bit, we have Tech Republic.
Stick around.